If you're taking the SAT, ACT, or AP exams, you're likely to be tested on your ability to use correctly and recognize the correct usage of the comma and particularly the comma splice. Plus, you'll need to be comma smart for life. You know, that thing that all of your education is part of and leading to. Not to mention, when your comma usage goes wrong, at best, you've got the makings for a promising stand-up routine, and at worst, folks, we're talking cannibalism. Here's what I mean. The Oxford comma, otherwise known as the serial comma, elicits some strong feelings. Vampire Weekend wrote an entire song about it. So what is this fancy sounding punctuation? You know when you have a whole list of items and you separate each item from the next with a comma? You're going to the store to buy bread, comma, eggs, comma, butter, comma, milk. Well, the Oxford comma is the comma you'd place between the penultimate item and the end before the final item. So bread, comma, eggs, comma, butter, comma, milk, comma, and cheese. These shoppers really like dairy. AP style does not require an Oxford comma. Chicago does, and this would seem a pedantic matter, except punctuation can have real life consequences. For example, in 2017, a Maine appeals court held up that the lack of an Oxford comma meant that the Oakhurst Dairy had to pay overtime to its own drivers. The importance of the Oxford comma doesn't stop at Maine borders either. Think about this sentence. I learned a lot from my mom, my teacher, and my counselor. Without an Oxford comma, your mom is a teacher and a counselor. Where does she find the time? With the comma, the sentence makes clear that you have 3 role models, of whom your mom is one. Oxford commas can do more than save your mother's sanity. They can also save lives. Let's talk about direct address. Say you're hanging out with your family, your cousins, your aunts, your uncles, your parents, your grandparents, they're all over. You invite everyone to the table, but your grandma is in the other room chatting with your little brother. You say, "Let's eat, Grandma." Now, I don't know how things are done in your house, but in my family, cannibalism would seem a touch harsh as a consequence for not coming to the table immediately. This is where commas save lives, my friend. And let's not overlook the value of clarity, which doesn't save lives but can save your college essay. You know how sometimes you have one thought and then you have another and they're both complete thoughts, but you are so excited to communicate them, you just throw them together and you add a comma in between for good measure? I have a sentence, comma, I have another sentence. Well, if you've got 2 independent clauses, that is 2 parts of a sentence that could each stand on its own as its own sentence, then you need some sort of stop punctuation. A semicolon will certainly do, or you could create 2 separate sentences by adding a period, or if you just love commas, and I mean who doesn't, then you need a conjunction like an and or a but. Once you master these 3 common comma situations, you'll be well on your way to acing standardized tests, not transforming your mom into a teacher and a counselor, saving your grandma's life, and best of all, expressing yourself clearly. Folks, as always, thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel to be among the first to get the latest tips and tricks for your grammar studies and much, much more. Folks, nerd out with us.